Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about mastering because I actually finished some music. Yes, you heard that right. I finished some music. And what happens when you finally finish a mix? Well, you need to get it ready for mastering. And that is the step that we are going to talk about today because mastering is not my thing. Okay, I am not a mastering engineer. Okay, I'm barely even a producer. Okay, so let's just get that straight. Mastering is not something you're ever going to really see me showing you how to do, sharing mastering chains, all that kind of stuff. So today, instead of that, what we're going to be looking at is three different services, three different ways in which you can take your mix and get it mastered. The first way we're going to be looking at that is an AI service that's essentially free. The second way is an AI service that you pay a little bit of money for, only $4.99 or £5 more or less when you round up the 1p. So very, very, very cheap and inexpensive. And the last option is going to be the most usual option, and that's basically sending it off to a human and going from there and letting them master it, and obviously then maybe working in some revisions and feedback from there. So if you're interested in that, if you kind of want to see what your options are out there in terms of mastering, then carry on watching this video. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do before we get started listening to some masters, we're just going to quickly check out the Mixdown. So this is the file that's going to be exactly the same that's going to go to all three mastering sites, or the person who's going to do my master. So if I just quickly drag this Mixdown into FL, this is a completely demo, basic version of FL I've made. No changes. All of this, switch off that limiter, and we're just going to concentrate on the bit before the loudest part. And so quick listen to the Mixdown. It's coming in around minus 6 dB, which is good enough for a good place to be for mastering. So let's go and check out our first master. So our first master is going to be on the website BandLab. If you go to bandlab.com/mastering. So let's import our track, our Mixdown track, into there and wait for it to run through the mastering. Now it's going to give me a few different options of styles and kind of general types, depending on how I want my master to sound, and I basically have to pick one. So let's just wait for it to finish enhancing my Mixdown to distribution quality. Okay, so here we are. Here are my four options are universal, fire, clarity, and tape. And you can obviously A/B test the original and the mastered version as well. So let's just remind ourselves what the original sounds like. Okay, right, so let's now switch over to mastered version. We'll start off with universal, which is apparently a more natural, dynamic version. Okay, that's fairly clear, and it hasn't added too much, just a lot of loudness really. Let's check out fire. I got a feeling I'm not going to like this one. Yeah, way too much. It's straight away way too much in the low end there. Everything in the highs just seems really, really tipped. Seems to have added a lot of white noise in the process. Right, let's try clarity. Pristine highs with light dynamic expansion. I like that you can just flip between the types, and there's no kind of latency or anything like that. So that's good. That really helps you to compare the options. I still think clarity's still a bit too toppy for me. Yeah, I'm not quite sure I like that one. So let's try tape. Okay, I think I'm going to go with tape, warm saturation with analog dynamics. So let's download. Does that count as stairs? No, I'm assuming it doesn't. Yeah, got my caps right. Okay, now that's done. Let's move on to the next option, which is SoundCloud. Now, SoundCloud started doing mastering a few years ago. I believe it started popping up on my SoundCloud. Never used it before. It is quite cheap from what I understand. So if we go to soundcloud.com/u/mastering once you're logged in, click get started. Okay, you have to upload a new track. The same Mixdown file in here. Okay, master track. Mastering 101. Select the preview area that's highest contrast in dynamic range will return optimal results. So I'm assuming it would be the same hub. Okay, here we go. Choose mastering style. So 4 styles, but this time you get the added mastering intensity. So a 0 value gives you a loudness optimized version with no tonal changes, while a 100% 100 applies the full range, proposed loudness and tonal changes to the original. So, okay, so the first one, thunder. Make car, speakers, rumble, and club system shakes. Option will push your bass frequencies to the limit of. Not too bad. Let's try sunroof. Open up your mid and high frequencies, bring some life to your transients. Perfect for hip hop. Okay. Sounds awful. 100%. I hate how when you change it, it just press play for you. Cheers for that. All right, here we go. Aurora, aiming for something ethereal, light and wavy. Not particularly, but anyway. This option will infuse even the most experimental tracks with a new burst of colour. Let's go for clear sky. Brighten your mix, manage your dynamics, and rein in your low end with this pop-focused mastering option. Okay, I'm going to go with Thunder at about 20. I find that the higher values tend to seem to really destroy it a bit too much. Well, Pro can get in the bin straight away, so we'll just do the one track, $4.99, and we'll see how that turns out. Time for the old credit card details. Sculpting the tonality of your mix to align with the selected mastering style. They then have come out with some bollocks, didn't they, these people? Congratulations, your master is ready. You chose the Thunder style. Thunder style. Anyway, focus your track in the lower register to push it to limits. Then we boosted the overall track volume to its sweet spot of playback. Just the overall tends to be back to your selection, 20%. Okay, so there we have it. We have all of our masters in place. So let's get into FL. Okay, so we've paid our money. We've downloaded our masters. Now it's time for a real quick comparison. So I've got the BandLab master, the SoundCloud master, and the Human master all listed here, given them each their own channel, and each have loaded a Voxengo span, an isotope ozone imager 2 to get a look at the imaging, and a Ulean loudness meter. So let's start off with our BandLab master. We'll listen to the same part of the tracks before. Then the first thing I can see is this huge kind of, if I just mute it and play it anyway, look at that. That is quite a big peak in there, from starting from around 4K. So that's quite hissy. It's not terrible. It's not bad. It just could be better. And if we look at the imaging, let's see what imaging shows us on this one. It doesn't seem to have added too much in terms of width compared to the original. Let's see what kind of data we're getting from Ulean. Okay, so minus 8.8 LUFS integrated, true peak 0.7. So, yeah, that's kind of our benchmark for now. And just from looking at it, if I zoom this in a bit more, maybe move this up a touch, you could normalize this even more. Let's have a look. Normalize. Yeah, you could make that even louder just with normalizing, so it's not been limited to the loudest possible point, which is disappointing because, as much as I hate it, the fact is we are in the middle of a loudness war. Louder does tend to equal better as far as people are concerned. Not that I believe that's true, but unfortunately that is just the world we live in. Louder is considered better. So it's disappointing that you haven't even, maybe what would have been nice, giving you an option to say, okay, you want it mastered to this level. It was free at the end of the day, and you know what? If you're looking for a quick master, just something to do for the club, if you haven't, maybe your track isn't completely finished yet, there's probably worse options than just putting it in BandLab. So yeah, there you go. Now we'll move on to SoundCloud. Same again. Let's check out the Voxengo. Okay, so the thing to note here is that there's not so much on the high end. There's also definitely not as much in your low mids. For me, it's definitely missing something in terms of kind of body and weight. Switch over to Imager. Let's just compare both BandLab at the top. Straight away you can see this one's got a bit more width to it. Okay, lastly, we'll check out Yuli. Okay, so SoundCloud master comes in at -11 compared to 8.6. So it's definitely not as loud overall. Even though the true peak is exactly the same, 0.7. But the LUFS just isn't as good. So I paid a £5 for that. And yeah, okay, I didn't crank it up to 10, to 100 because it sounded crap. Which I would expect it to if you essentially overdrive everything. It's just not. I just don't see I just don't see how this is better. Maybe I just picked bad settings. I don't know. Okay, so the last one we're gonna check out now is the Human Master. Now, again, just looking at the waveforms, this looks like how I would expect a modern master to look. Basically, just one big fat sausage almost. Now the problem here that you could get with these is if you overdo it, you can get pumping in the mix, you can get artifacts, a distortion that's just really unwanted. So finding a good mastering engineer is definitely a big part of your kind of production journey. So definitely find someone that who you trust and also takes your feedback on board and is willing to make changes. So full disclosure, this master you're about to listen, I went through 2 revisions. Instantly, you've got an advantage there with that because SoundCloud doesn't give really a revision. So that's straight up a bonus. And also, look, just looking at the waveforms, automatically I know it's going to be louder. So let's have a listen and see what we think. You can really tell the kind of level difference there. What I also like about this, look at that drop off, look at that. So obviously there's a really, really, really kind of high cut there because at the end of the day, the human ear can't perceive sounds above 20k. So I get there's the whole like, why would you need this very, very, very top bit? It's just going to add, harshness and stuff and just not sound particularly great. So you could definitely afford to kind of get rid of that. But also if you look at the lower curve as well, so you've got, if I just loop a bit where I know there's going to be kick and bass, so just here, we go back to our spans, Human Master, we'll get the SoundCloud one, we compare these. Is it just me, or is there more of a cut there on the low end? So you've got that peaks at 64. I think it was 66 at minus 33, we'll say that is, and this peak here is 66 and minus 37. So there is a tangible difference of the kind of peak of the lows, and that's going to basically make a big difference in terms of when it comes to obviously headroom. But then that headroom was essentially being used up when the fact that it's just louder in the overall volume stakes. So I think that's definitely a win for the Human. And that's what I would expect anyway. If you compare that to the BandLab, Again, this one's got like the massive bit here, and there's definitely less kind of been cut in this really low end, I think. So, which is similar to the SoundCloud one. So yeah, I think this definitely, the human one so far is definitely better. So let's check out our other tools. I'm not seeing a massive difference when it comes to width, to be honest, but I don't think that it was particularly needed to be added that much, because I think the original Mixdown already contained a fair amount of width. So we'll just now go to the Uline, see what that says. I'm just going to bring them all up, don't need to play it to see these. So let's compare. As expected, much louder. So you've got 0.7 as opposed to 8.7, 8.6 with both BandLab and SoundCloud. True peak max is actually plus 1.3. So definitely louder. Overall loudness is definitely there. Which again is kind of what you want in mastering, given that we are in the middle of loudness wars. I don't think it's fair to say one's better in terms of stereo feel, because there wasn't enough of a difference to really say. But when you're looking at Span and when you're looking at Uline loudest meter, I think it's clear who the winner is, and that winner is the human. So congratulations to the human mastering engineer. You are definitely better than AI stuff at the moment. I'm sure AI is definitely always going to be worked on, and there may very well become a day when we can just do an AI can master a track as good as an experienced audio engineer could. So the guy who did this master is called Duncan Newell. I've put a link to his Facebook artist page in the video description. He's willing to offer viewers of this channel £5 off of a single file master, and up to £20 off a stem mix and master as well. So there are discounts, really good value to be had there. This goes right the way through up until the end of 2023. I'd say you've got all of November and all of December, or whatever is left of October by the time this video goes up, to claim your discounts from that guy. Really great guy, definitely recommend using him, knows his stuff. We'll also give you feedback as well. So, you know, if you're looking for someone just to help you get that last 10%, 100% recommend reaching out to him. Full disclosure, I paid my regular fee for the Mixdown. It wasn't free. He isn't paying me to do this review. This is just something that I wanted to check out for a while, because obviously if you've been watching the channel recently, there's been quite a bit of stuff on AI, and it really does intrigue me. I'm really kind of just waiting for it to turn the corner as far as working with music goes and just kind of blow my mind. It hasn't quite done it yet, but I live in hope at the end of the day. So that's pretty much everything from me today. Thank you very much for listening and watching. Please smash a like, subscribe if you like the content, and I'll see you next time.